Welcome in, everyone. Welcome. How are you guys? Listen, I thought I would do a reading for my Leos. You know why? Because it's your birthday. Happy birthday, Leo. So let's do a birthday reading for you guys. All right, now if you look at the thumbnail, it's by the Oracle deck, Wisdom of the Oracle. We have the Yang card coming out. I like this for you because the number is 1. We like that it's the number 1 because you are number 1, right? But I feel like when it comes to your career, you know, how you present yourself out in the world, there's a lot of strength for you this year, this birthday year. You know, so I'm really, you know, grateful for that. I'm just feeling like there's, hold on, I'm going to deal with my smudge over here. Okay. I was just wondering whether a little bit dropped because I was like, is it smoking? Anyway, so listen, Leo, yeah, we have this masculine energy coming in for you, very strong for your birthday. So I like that for the overall energy for you this year. So yeah, I mean, if this is a year that you've been wanting to really focus on your career, you really wanted to focus on, you know, building your business, you know, whatever it is in the direction of you where you can, you know, really build something in your world, I think this year will be very, very positive for it. And you know, we are in the year of the snake, so we are shedding our skin, really coming into our own. And I feel like, you know, this is very, very encouraging that this is, you know, a side of you that, you know, is really one that you really can step into. So I like that. And then at the bottom of the deck, we have TikTok. You know, in this image here, we see that there's this hand with these clocks. You know, when I see this energy of TikTok, maybe you you need to get on TikTok, but on this one here, this TikTok here, I feel as if, you know, it's time. It's your turn. It's your turn to kind of, you know, really step into that side of yourself, you know, then and really shine, because I think this is a year for you to shine. But let's see what the tarot has to say for all of you guys. Hi, Joaquina. How are you? Nice to see you guys. I'll pull cards for you guys. I just thought that, you know, it'd be nice to do a bonus reading for all of my Leos since it is their birthday. Happy birthday to all my Leos. You know, so let's see what comes out for this upcoming year. I just want to get like an overall sense of your year. We'll do, what I'll do is a Celtic cross for you, all right, Leo, and see what the energies look like for your overall year, starting with you and then what's above you and what's going to root you down and, you know, all that good stuff. So let's see what's going to happen for all of my Leos for their birthday year. Grateful, thankful for the messages for all of my Leos. The beautiful, bright energy that they are. Grateful, thankful. What can you tell me to tell Leos? What can they expect for this upcoming birthday year? Grateful, thankful for the messages for my Leos. Hi, Bobby. Yes, I am going to do readings. I'm first doing a reading for my Leos because it's their birthday. And we have to honor the birthday people, right? And then once I'm done, Bobby, I will be happy to pull cards for you guys. Hi, May. Welcome in. Nice to see you guys. If you're new here, welcome, welcome. I'm really happy to be here. I'm doing a reading today for all of my Leos because it's their birthday. But when I'm done with my Leos and their birthday reading, I'll be happy to turn my attention to you guys. And we'll pull cards and we'll have a good time, right? All right. Yeah, Bobby, I'll get you as soon as I finish. All right. So, Leo, let's focus on you because it is your birthday and we must celebrate, right? All right, let's see. Your overall year, Queen of Pentacles to the Nine of Pentacles. Again, we're focusing on gaining stability and independence when it comes to our finances, how we are in the world, our work. I really feel like that's your theme this year, you know, is to get yourself into a place where you can really be confident and really independent and settle and secure, where you can kick back and just enjoy the fruits of your labor. So we do start with the Queen of Pentacles coming in reverse, and I think this is something that you know you need to kind of get in order. So I like that for you, Leo, because I think, you know, this is a good way for you to kind of, you know, ground yourself into a goal And, like I said, I feel as if your goal is going to be around, turning your financial, world around. Because, if you've recently, suffered some kind of a loss, a financial loss, or maybe something didn't come through, or something ended up costing you an awful lot of money, trying to get your ground back up, and, get back ahead, I think will be also a focus. Again, the money thing about you kind of standing in and grounding into what you can truly do this year when it comes to your work. I think you will have a lot of support from the universe with that. Now, what do we see coming forward? Like I feel like there's been some issues, some big heavy stuff that you've been dealing with. Leo, we do have the Justice card here in the recent past. So with things now finished, I think it's time to move on. All right, maybe recently some of you got a divorce, or maybe there was some settlement, or maybe there was an inheritance. Maybe somebody died. I mean, there's all of these things that I think in the past now have put you in a position for you to stop and think, how am I going to move forward? Now, you can sit here and you can focus on everything in the past, or we can pick ourselves up and move forward. So I feel like this year, you are going to be placed in a position, Leo, where, you can't keep going backwards and looking at what didn't work and what was, what you lost and the disappointment. I think you have to keep focused on your options, all right? Because here we have the Seven of Cups. It's more important that, you close old doors and not keep going back to issues of the past, because I do have the Death card here as a final outcome, and it's reversed, so I feel like you need to somehow, close those doors that need to be closed this year. All right, especially if you need to move on and start to build a whole new you, the shedding of the skin that comes with this year. And you have the Star card, and I feel like whatever it is that you go after, you have the ability for it to really shine this year. So a lot of real positive energy going back towards you. It's I'm not looking for you to plug into other people. I'm looking at you plugging into you this year for your birthday. And I think there will be a tendency for you to want to kind of go backwards, and but this was like this, and then this didn't work, and you hesitate trying to end the situation and kind of step into this new place that you need to be in now, because you have to have faith. I mean, there is something you are after and something you want, all right, in the physical world, all right, because we do have this energy of the Yang card dominating the energy for your year, so I feel like whatever it is you are after, it is time for you to go after it, and it's going to require the need for you to end some things that you do not want to end. And it's going to be a struggle, because with this Death card coming in reverse, there's going to be a lot of resistance to the changes that you have to make this year. But at the end of the day, do not forget what your focus is like, you need to make the changes so that you can, end up being very independent at the end of the day, and have the money you want, and have the house you want, and have the things that you want. Now, the one thing I do see again, is this need for you to let go of some of the things that have happened in the past, thinking that they're going to happen moving forward. Because we have the Queen of Swords here reversed. And, this is an energy of having learned a lot of things along the way. But there could be almost a bitterness that comes with the disappointment of the past. All right, listen, the past, it built you into who you are. It doesn't mean we go back, Now who you are is where you move from, and that's where you have your strength. But for sure, I do feel like this year you are going to be challenged with an ending to something, something you really love, Leo, all right? Because here we have the Eight of Cups coming in reverse, and we have the Death card coming in reversed. And then I have the Hanged Man. An ending, a very, very big ending, Leo, needs to happen this year, before the next cycle. And you know what it is, and I think you've been really, really stuck and hung up about it. And I feel like this will be your biggest challenge. But everything can be turned around, all right? This is not cast in stone. This is, you know, guidance for you to, like, whatever it is you are hanging onto by a thread, if you cut it and walk through that door, there's a bright light. And again, when we walk away from whatever it is we are resisting from ending, then we walk towards that wish, that thing that we really want, the 9 of Pentacles, the 9 of Cups, that deep desire that we are truly after. You know, that stability that we really want in our life, you know, that we don't have to worry in the future, that, you know, we are really doing the work we were put on this earth to do. And then we have the Hanged Man. This is about really, truly gaining the perspective that you need in order to be able to make wise choices this year. So, yeah, Leo, I feel like, you know, the focus is really going to be on grounding into who you are on this earth, you know. How do you walk upon this earth, and how do you want to be seen on this earth? You know, you are shedding the skin from this year of the snake, and now, you know, here you are, you know, all bright and shiny and proud, and, you know, that beautiful lion that we all love. So that's what I've got for you for the upcoming year, Leo. All right. So I hope this resonates for you guys, because I think it was really good and encouraging you for really finding your ground. Bobby, are you out there? I can do readings now. I am open for you guys. Let's see who's here. We have Joaquina, Bobby, May. Is that Blanca or Blanque? I don't know how to say your name. You know, but welcome in, you guys. Hi, Bobby. Oh, you are there. All right, Bobby, listen, I'm going to pull cards now. Let me ring my bell, burn a little bit more cedar. Turn my attention to you guys. See what's going on with you guys. I love to interact with you all. So I hope you all having a good day. I'm having a pretty good day. It's still morning, so I got a lot to recover still. Anyway, here you go. A little smudge for y'all. Clear the energies. LG, welcome in. All right, Bobby, listen, I'm going to pull a card for you first. Bobby. Welcome in, Bobby. Hey, don't forget to hit the like button. Like, comment, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Really makes a difference to my channel. It really, really does. All right, let's see, Bobby. Grateful, thankful for Bobby. Their energy popping into the chat. What can you tell me to tell Bobby? Grateful, thankful for the messages from my friend Bobby. What can you tell me? Grateful, thankful for Bobby. All right, just saw the Hermit. All right, listen, the Sun card's coming out with the Empress to the 8 of Cups. All right, let's talk about it. So, Bobby, here I see you being very, very happy. You know, you may find some work to do from home, and that would be really, really great. If you have kids, you know, I don't know whether you do or you don't. You know, I get the energy of motherhood, whether you're pregnant, maybe you're pregnant. I don't know if you want to be pregnant, but we have a lot of energy around you and children and the possibility of being pregnant. I do have the 8 of Cups, though, coming in, all right? This is like the dark card of the run here. So I feel like, you know, with all of this stuff going on, there's a real brightness. Maybe your kids or the thought of being a kid, pregnant or having kids really makes you happy. There is a situation that needs to be dealt with. All right, because this 8 of Cups is very serious, because here, you know, there's maybe it's somebody you are dealing with, your partner, you know, there could be issues around the relationship or within the relationship, but I feel like it's hanging on by a thread. And when we reach the point of the 8 of Cups, we have to make a decision. Do we continue to try with this person, or do we move on our way? You know, and I feel like, you know, you are good on your own. I mean, if there's a question about whether or not you would be okay on your own, I feel like you'd be very, very happy on your own. But this is a dark energy that I feel like really, honestly, you need to kind of walk away from, because then you're walking towards that 9 of Cups, what you really, really want. So that's what I've got for you, Bobby. All right, who's next? Ooh, Oh, Bobby, and look, this card wanted to come out again. You're being really, reminded that there is, and I feel like this is like coming right in. Like this is Leo season. This is August. This is, I feel like something really, really good is about to hit. Really, really good stuff for you that way, Bobby. All right, let's see. LG. Hi, Justin. Welcome in. Sam. Mal. All right, let's pull some cards for LG. I hope that resonated, Bobby. If it did, I did. And if it didn't, Oh, new subscriber. I guess it did. Thanks, Bobby. Hey, listen, I appreciate you subscribing, like, commenting, subscribing to my channel, helping it kind of grow. Really appreciate y'all. All right, listen, LG, we are looking for divine guidance. What can you tell me to tell LG regarding divine guidance for LG? One more shuffle for you. All right, LG, something's got to end. We got the death card coming in for you. Let me pull another card, see if we can get... Yeah, there's definitely an ending. All right, we've got the world card. We've got the death card. This brings a cycle, a big cycle to an end, LG. I like the death card coming in with the world card because I feel as if there is truly a clean slate, a new beginning happening for you. And this ending could bring something really, really big. I don't know if you're dealing with a Scorpio or you have Scorpio energy. I feel like, Two of Cups coming in reverse. You might be dealing with this energy, but this is definitely, I feel like it's time for it to come to a close. And it to truly, truly be over. Bottom of the deck, we have the King of Swords coming in reversed. I think this is, a really good thing in the end, because the King of Swords, this is somebody who could be really, really mean. And I think you deserve better than that. All right, LG. Anyway, I do see this really coming to an end. Whatever this is. May. Is reconciliation with Hassan truly possible and aligned with your highest good? Grateful, thankful for the messages from my friend Maythaw, wanting to know whether or not the reconciliation with Hassan is truly possible and aligned with her highest good. Grateful, thankful for the messages from Maythaw. Grateful for her for coming in, being a part of my channel. Really appreciate Maythaw. What can you tell me? Is it this truly possible and aligned with her highest good, this reconciliation with Hassan? No, it is not for your highest good. Look at this, the Empress reversed. And then we have the Two of Wands coming in reversed as well. I just don't feel like this is a real good connection for you. All right, when you show up as the Empress reversed, this tells me that you are not honoring you. This is the divine feminine energy. Where is it? Okay, is it aligned with your highest good? Here we have the Two of Wands coming in, showing him, being very indecisive. No, I don't feel like it is for your highest good. And I feel as if you can, do much, much better. When you're in a relationship, they need to honor you and you need to honor them, all right? And I don't feel that happens here with these two. So no on both counts, May. Sam, hello. How are you? You would like a personal reading. Muskin, current feelings for Satyam. Less contact. All right, Sam, I'm going to pull for you. Let's kind of clear the energies of the deck. Get a couple shuffles in. Gibraltar, sprinkle, sprinkle back at ya. Yeah, May, sometimes it's not what we want to hear, but it's what we need to hear. You know what I mean? I'm not going to sugarcoat and tell you what I think you want to hear. I got to tell you what I see in the cards. All right, Sam, let's find out. You want a personal reading. Muskin's current feelings for Satyam. Let's find out. Hi, Lord Joseph. Welcome in. Neon Patriarch. Hello, Angel. The Storytime Kitchen. I almost said chicken. The Storytime Chicken. Anyway. All right, listen, back to work. Focus, focus, Sam. We are focusing on you, Sam. All right, let's see. Current feelings. What are the current feelings for Satyam? What are Muskin's current feelings for Satyam? All right, listen, we have the Nine of Pentacles to the Nine of Cups. All right, so current feelings, I mean, this is an energy of being kind of single. All right, this is not really wanting to, get involved. A little dark here, And I almost feel like they wear a mask. All right, this squirrel has a mask on their face. And then we have the Nine of Cups coming in reverse, selfish energy. And it's also, you not getting what you really want from them. So I have to tell you that, Muskin's current feelings, I would leave them be, because I feel as if, their intentions towards you are never about you. It's more about them, So, when we get together with someone, we want it to be a we, right? And I don't feel that there's a we here, all right? So I think they're happier just being on their own. Let them go, Sam. Let them go. Mao, how are you? There's just a few of you in there, in the house. So, I'm just going to try to go down the chat. If you can go back, you'll see where I'm at. I'm over here with Mao. L4, may you know if you should focus on one exam or have some backups for your career. Listen, I'm a firm believer in having backups. Never, never, never put all your eggs, in one basket. Because if that basket breaks, it's over, So let's find out. Should you focus on one exam? Yes or no? Yes, absolutely. One at a time. I think, focus on one. It'll get you to the next one, because the Chariot card's about staying on track, all right, and not getting distracted. All right, because it's very easy to get distracted from our focus. It's a fine line, that we're walking here, on this earth. So, just go one at a time. All right, Mao, it's Mao, and you'll be better off. The story time kitchen, sorry. Oh, let's see. How does Leo feel for you? You're in no contact at the moment. Oh, I'm sorry, Story. Can I just cut down your name to Story? I'm talking about the story time kitchen. That I want to keep saying chicken, but... All right, Story, let's find out Leo's feelings for you and your prospects. What are the true feelings for you and your prospects? All right, listen, I don't see this going anywhere. We've got the Empress coming up reverse. That's twice now. All right, listen, Leo needs to honor you. I don't feel like they do. I think Leo honors Leo. Leo likes to be the center of attention. They like to be adored and things like that. And I feel like they don't do that back to you. There's no contact at the moment. I got to tell you, Story, I think, that's probably for the best. I do see someone coming through, though. We do have the Ace of Cups coming in. I like that, So open yourself up to something new, because I think there's somebody new that's right around the corner. And if you let go of the energy of someone hanging on for someone in the past, they're gone, This is your life now we're talking about. So let's start with you. But I definitely feel like there could be somebody coming through for you, Story. So open up to new love, because there's new love. Yes, really. That's what I see. All right, let's see. Who's next in line? All right, let's see, Sam. My room is really nice, efficient light and greenery. Yeah, I like where I live. It's like a 12-sided kind of round house, but on every side, almost every side of the house, this one doesn't have a window, but then there's a window, and then there's no window, and then there's a window, and there's no window, and then there's a window. So I have a lot of windows. I love it. All right, let's see. Who's next? All right, listen, we got to get rid of the dweller, because he's just not nice. See the power I have. look, if you play nice, you know, we all get along. You start being all nasty, you gotta go. All right, let's see who's next. Latasha, how are you? Let's see who else is out there. Rabia, you're a Leo woman and your crush is Aquarius. Please tell me something about Aquarius and his current feelings. Well, shooey. Let's find out, Rabia. Am I saying Rabia Khan? Is that how I say your name? Hey, don't forget to hit the like button. Like, comment, share, subscribe. If you're new to my channel, welcome in. I am Raven Blackstar. Happy to read for you guys. All right, let's see, Rabia. I like it when it's like a nice, quiet pace. I can handle this. All right, let's see, Rabia. We're finding out about the crush. What can you tell me about this Aquarius and his current feelings for Rabia? Oop, 2 cards came out. So, all right, his current feelings, 2 of Pentacles. All right, so listen, I think he is very, very attracted to you. All right, and I think he struggles with his feelings towards you. I also think he's also in a place right now where he is truly struggling with his own finances. So in his own world, I think he's having his own issues. But, you know, he sees you as the Queen of Wands. I mean, this is somebody to be admired. I mean, people love the Queen of Wands. I mean, you know, you're striking, you're beautiful, you're creative, you know. Maybe more woman than he's ready for. I was trying to figure out how to say that. But, you know, is anything going to happen? You know, I think he needs to open up. You know, again, money. I got to tell you, this guy, he's really, really hung up on money right now. You know, so, you know, but listen, if you're wondering if this is a crush, right? So when we have a crush, okay, you know, this tells me that we're not involved. You know, it's from a distance. Does he know I like him? Listen, if you were to approach him, I think you would have better luck than you waiting for him to approach you. You know, because I think he really sees you as somebody really attractive. So go for it. Do I need a mod? Oh, I would love a moderator. Would you like to be my moderator, Story? Better than chicken, right? Can I make you a moderator? Here, I can do that right now. Look, this is how easy. Add as moderator. Poof. Managing. Okay. There you go. Poof. You are now a moderator. There you go. Thanks a lot. I sure appreciate that. Yeah, just whenever you come on, if you can help me out, that'd be really, really great. Because people like that last one, you know, if you're not nice, go away. I'm trying to be nice here. All right. May. Because of him, and I just want to stay with him again. Let's see. Neon, what's going on, Neon? Oh, wait, let's go back to KP. Let's start with KP, and then I'll jump down to you, all right, Neon? Trying to keep the order here. All right, KP, you want to know, will he contact you? Let's find out. Hi, Owl. I'm glad you got here. The wisdom of the owl is always welcomed. All right, KP, let's find out. Will he contact you? Let's find it out. All right, look, I think he will. I think he'll be a little aggressive. I get the sense that if he contacts you, he could be a little angry. Did you guys have like a spiff or something? But I do feel like he will. Hang in there. Hang in there. I mean, very assertive. I think he's going to be very defensive when he first contacts you. And, you know, kind of like afraid, you know, so they get like this puffy chest. Yeah. I'm going to put my suit of armor on. I'm about to talk to them. But yes, I do think you are going to talk to them. All right, Neon, you're a Leo male. I'd like to know, what are the current thoughts of a Leo woman about me at this current point in time? 2 Leos in the house. Boy, that's a lot of fire. All right, I bet you're a good-looking couple. Tell me what you could. What can you tell me about Neon's Leo? What can you tell me about this connection? Can you tell me about Neon's Leo? What can you tell me about this connection? Let's see what comes out. All right, we got the Hermit. We have the Seven of Pentacles. And we have the Death card. I don't think it's going to work out, Neon. I'm sorry to say, but here we have the Hermit card, all right? And then we have the Seven of Pentacles coming in reverse, right? This is not wanting to put energy into someone or this situation. And then we have the Death card, you know, this coming to an end. You know, either it's got to totally change, or I feel like it could come to an end. You know, the Hermit, you know, whether this is you or her, someone is feeling like, you know, they need to take care of their own light. You know, maybe, you know, 2 Leos, man, that's a lot of fire. Do you know what I mean? Like, and if you get together, I mean, it could really, really ignite. But I feel like it's just not going to happen. I just feel like it's not. Yeah, see, you know, yeah, she's not going to put the energy in. It's just not going to happen. Yeah, I think she's clear on what she wants. Yeah, I could imagine. Oh, my God. 2 fireballs in one room. I knew a couple. You know, unfortunately, he passed. But, I mean, they were 2 Leos. And they were born day apart from each other. And, oh, my goodness. The 2 of them were constantly on fire with each other, you know, and it wasn't always good. I mean, sometimes it was amazing, but most times, oh my God, it was a hard relationship to watch. And then somehow I always got pulled in as, you know, the fuel to kind of calm them both down, because I was friends